Okay, so this video right here will be a Masterclass jeweler, Sean Walley, and myself answering some questions that you guys had about jewelry and questions that we see often that are asked about jewelry. You can go ahead and follow my Instagram account here and my other jewelry Instagram account linked below in the description. Go ahead and follow me on my Instagrams and subscribe to this channel for some more awesome jewelry and luxury related content. We have some great videos coming for you guys and some great pictures up there for you guys to check out in the future.
That Rolex that was on my story today?
Yeah, the one with the like speckled dial thing? Or not the dial, the face?
I had an older client of mine come down who, like, I'm fixing, like, I don't know if you saw that little Rolex that I'm, like, fixing or whatever.
Oh, yeah. Do you have any, like, cool pieces right now that you could, like, show?
I don't know. I mean, like, this is kind of cool. This is a fun
Oh,
little
yeah,
guy.
that one? Cool. And then you got the, oh, yeah, dope. The DJ one, yeah. That's sick. You got the, what is that, the Celtics ring on? Too? Oh, yeah. That's gas.
I also have Yankees ring on as well.
Oh, heck yeah. I like the Yankees. They're cool.
Yeah. So this, like, guy comes by, like, older 65-year-old guy. I see him at auctions all the time, and he was like, hey, like, I sold this to a client, and I need to have the dial redone. And I'm like, yeah, cool.
Yeah. So
he goes, hey, I want your opinion on this watch. So he whips out that fucking Rolex, and I go, whoa. I go, that's fucking awesome. I go, he's like, do you think it's malachite? I go, that is not malachite. I go, this is way rarer than if that was malachite. I said, this is like that's a very rare speckled dial. And I'm like, personally, I would put a different bezel on it. I would put a different band. I would fix the band. But I'm like, this dial, the dial on this watch is absolutely fire.
That's great. It's cool, though. It was really cool. I don't think that picture did enough justice to it, but that was cool.
I'll send you a video of it. I know, I was going to say, I thought I just heard like a bear behind me, so if you see anything, let me know.
Okay, what the hell? All right.
But, yeah, let's fire these up. Yeah, let's get into it.
All right, for sure. First one we have that I'm pretty sure everybody was hoping for. Soda or energy drink. That one's a killer. Oh, yeah. The only actual question that we got from somebody.
I mean, I'm not a soda guy. Haven't been for like a decade personally. You know.
Any reason for this? Like, is it the sugar and everything, or?
No, I drank it a lot, and I think I just like didn't have it for a while, and then I tried it. I'm like, this is gross, and I just didn't like it anymore.
Huh.
But I'd say like I like seltzers. I mean, just like orange seltzer. You know, chocolate milk is a go-to.
Yeah.
You know, juice. Juice is just as bad as soda sometimes, but I mean...
Tastes better in your opinion?
It tastes better. So, I mean, if I'm going to pick, I'm going to go with, like orange seltzer or like, Oakhurst or Hood chocolate milk.
Okay.
Milk, not that 1% bullshit.
Oh, God, yeah. No, that's not good. That's like reduced fat Ritz. I tried those the other day. Not good.
Why would you do that?
But my mom's freaking at the store. There's not much at the store, and she's like, oh, fucking... she picks that out. I don't know.
That's like getting a gluten-free donut. Why even bother?
I know, exactly.
That's like... I'll give you one back. That's like getting a hybrid car, but the car is an Escalade. Well, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah. Oh, God. I've been drinking these tiny little waters because there's no full bottles of water at the store. Makes me feel a lot healthier now. You know, everybody goes on, you got to drink like 4 bottles of water a day. I can like down 3 of these things in one meal. It's great.
Yeah, I think that they're talking, I don't know. Someone was telling me you should drink a gallon of water a day, and I'm like, that's a lot of water.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's a little bit excessive, I think.
Yeah. No, thank you.
Exactly. Oh, man. All right. Oh, I think that's enough drink questions. That's a great start off to a jewelry video.
Good start for sure, yeah.
All right, so the second one is, what are your top picks of the 3 best investment grade watches right now? And this can be like you were saying about the price point. Let's go for like any price point at first,
I
like
think this
maximum.
I think this is a variable question. So the thing is I think that first you'd have to assess like what kind of like style you have and what the purpose of the watch is.
Yeah.
If you're looking for like, I'd say just like a nice dress watch. I think, if you're looking for, under $5,000, that's just kind of like a timeless design. People say, oh, there's no better watch than like a stainless Datejust Rolex.
Yeah.
Not the biggest fan of Rolex. It's kind of a very overproduced watch.
Mm-hmm.
It's very boring.
Yeah.
Personally, I think if
a lot of people have it, or a lot of people,
they do because it's affordable. It's a starter piece. And I think a lot of people think that Rolex is kind of the pinnacle of success. Yeah. They're like, oh, well, and I buy one. Mm-hmm. Personally, I think for me, I'd say, hey, let's say it's just an average guy who works in an office that wants to have a nice watch that he can dress up or down. Mm-hmm. I'd say we'll go cheap. We'll go $2,500.
Okay.
In the $2,500 range, I think that the Tag Heuer Monaco on a blue strap with the chrono, that's a beautiful watch. It's elegant, made famous by Steve McQueen. He wore it in the movie Le Mans. I think it's a sharp watch, and especially at that price point, I think it's a good pickup.
Yeah.
I think if you
I think that's a great explanation of why that watch would be great. I think that's awesome.
I also think, from owning, I'd say hundreds of watches and dealing with thousands of watches a year, I would say that, you're probably going to get more compliments on your square Monaco than you are on your regular Datejust.
Yeah. Yeah.
Someone's going to say, oh, that's a Rolex, that's cool. But when I wear the that I have, granted, I jazzed it up and I had a special, blue Stingray leather strap made for it. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to set some diamonds on it in a little bit. I think that as far as for a nice, elegant piece, I think that's a good starter piece. If you're looking at saying, hey, I don't want to spend $2,500, I think there are gold vintage chronographs that are from the 40s and 50s that are, they might be on a strap. They're usually 36 millimeter cases.
Yeah.
With a suit on, they're pretty sexy watches. It allows you to have a really nice, vintage chronograph that's got a little bit of flair to it without dropping crazy money.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll also say that I think, I'll get back around to my other two choices and things, but I think that, the importance and the kind of the point of a timepiece is that it's supposed to complement your lifestyle.
Okay, that's a good way
if you're an if you're an artist and you're always getting your hands dirty, you don't want something that has your strap because it doesn't fit your lifestyle and your
Exactly.
I have friends that are painters and artists and sculptors that they wear. Granted, they don't give a fuck about any of the things that they wear that jewelry, but a buddy of mine is a painter and he wears his yellow gold Patek Philippe Nautilus while he paints. And every time he finishes, the watch is always covered in paint, and he just doesn't care.
That's a dope way to go about it. Why not?
I think if you're looking for a really durable and tactical watch, I think that, perhaps the most durable and tactical watch, I think, on the market right now is, the Rolex Explorer 2 with the black dial. Super durable, kind of you can garden with it, you can work outside with it, you can landscape, you can do construction. That's a pretty rugged watch. I'm personally a big fan of Breitling. I think a lot of the older chronomats, the B1 models are really nice. I think that the Super Avenger, if someone has a bigger wrist and they want kind of like a heavy, big watch. They came out and they were, I think as much as 6,500 plain Jane. You can pick them up pretty affordably. You circle around and do some homework on. Jumping into, I'd say, the higher end. I think there are some off brands that aren't your typical Rolex, Cartier.
Would they hold their value as an investment, you think? if they're like off-brand.
I mean, you're not going to get rich off of that watch. You're not going to buy the watch for $2,000 and sell it for $100,000.
Yeah.
Something happens. Does that happen? Sure. Those are watches that are pretty safe as far as you buy it for $2,500. You're not really going to lose or gain money. Like the Monaco is a timeless piece. It's going to hold its value pretty well, and that's the point of that watch. So I'd say like investment grade pieces under $5,000, you're not going to get rich. It's just not going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Just like you see with Rolex, where like trends get out of control with like
the Polk or whatever and all that.
The Polk or the sports models, they'll retail for X and then they'll sell for 2X because there's a shortage in the market, or 3X until the bubble bursts. I think if you're looking for watches that are going to hold value, you're not going to really lose money. Watch that's got gold on it, that solid gold case or a gold band. There's always the value of it. Personally, you can't go wrong with an older day date on a strap. That's a sexy looking watch. You can dress it up or you can wear it to the beat. I think that those hold their value pretty well. There are a lot of date just on straps that are in the 7 to 12K range that are really nice. That you can buy and flip out. I think if you're looking for higher end pieces, it depends on your market. I have a lot of clients that buy diamonds, so if I'm looking around, talking to different dealers of mine, I might pick up a diamond, a Rolex that's got some diamonds on it that maybe the band is shit, so I throw it on a strap and it gives it new look. Or I do a PVD base on a date just, and I put a diamond bezel on it, and we call it a Black Ops Special Edition Rolex, or we do something with a special marble dial or malachite dial or lapis dial. Those are usual and strange pieces you don't see very often, and usually people will pay more for them because it's not your average date just. It's not your average.
It's a unique piece.
Every guy on Wall Street when they start buys a Rolex Submariner. It's a played out watch. They make a lot of them. There's nothing special about it. Great watch, but boring. We're talking higher end pieces. Personally, I think as far as just the big investment pieces that are what people buy, the gold, the yellow gold and rose gold and platinum Pateks are pretty much the pinnacle. That's the
like the 5980s got super popular and everything. And
5980s are really popular. 5711s are popular. The vintage game for Pateks is out of control. An interesting thing is I'd say the vintage market in general has been soft the last maybe 2 or 3 years just because of trends in the market and that people haven't been buying vintage. What that allows for is that someone who's savvy can go on and they can scoop up a lot of really good vintage buys. They can get, really nice older Rolexes that might have a, rose gold or yellow gold case on a strap for under $10,000. Those are great buys. Those are great watches. If we're talking uber high end, you clearly have, and I'm talking, watches that are, $250,000 or above.
Like the Richard Mills and stuff.
Like the Richard Mills, like the Piece Unique, APs, the Piece Unique, Vacheron Constantines. There's a company that I really like that's a French company called Maîtres de Temps. They make badass watches. They're super funky, really unusual, and they don't make a lot. Richard Mille is kind of an anomaly for usually, by all, I'd say conventional purposes, hideous watches. They sell for astronomical amounts. They sell for astronomical amounts because the market is driven by auction results and scarcity because they only make
pieces are limited.
an incredibly scarce amount. They make 300 pieces, a year. And what that allows us is that, it's not just, we made 300 of the same watch.
Yeah, it's all different types of
I think the highest vintage might be 30 pieces of one thing, but there are a lot of pieces limited to 15, limited to 10, limited to 5.
Yeah,
limited
I saw
to
one today that was limited to 3, and it's like,
Yeah, so the thing is that, with those watches, it's an interesting situation. If you have the funds to buy a chandelier, Richard Mille, we are happy to sell you.
Yeah, exactly.
out to us, and that's easy.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that, someone who's going to spend in that range, I think Richard Mille is popular because it's very saturated in the market. Very popular with athletes, very popular with entertainers. And people like that.
Yeah.
Realistically,
they have good branding for that type of stuff. They know who to sell to.
They do. If you're looking for just, I'd say, boring, nothing over the top, no crazy diamonds, you're going to have a hard time finding something that's going to beat any Nautilus, the other one that's a really, really hot watch right now is the Patek Aquanauts. Super popular. Really, really popular. People really like them. Those watches have a very, I'd say, high return rate. They hold their value almost better than almost anything.
That's cool. I like all those colorful straps on the Aquanauts. I've been seeing those a lot.
Yeah,
those are pretty cool.
That's fun. So, that's what I would say there. And, the other thing, too, is clearly, as soon as a client establishes a budget, we can say, hey, what's the purpose of you buying this watch? Are you buying it to go out to the club? Are you buying it to show off? Or are you buying it as an investment piece?
Yeah.
Generally speaking, someone who's buying watches isn't necessarily looking at it to say, oh, I bought this fully flooded diamond watch as an investment piece. Usually not that conversation goes. Yeah. Can we do that? Yeah.
A lot of people, I think, have something in their mind that whenever you set diamonds into a watch, it immediately loses some type of value.
That's the purists that are like, oh my God, look what you did to that Rolex. You ruined it.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. There are some jewelers. There are also some regions in the country that set stones poorly and don't do a very good job. I fix a lot of stuff that I get that is garbage. That they've taken beautiful Rolexes. Yeah. They've either hard soldered the diamond bezel to the case, which essentially has completely fucking destroyed the watch.
God.
Or they put, bezels on these watches with garbage quality stones.
Yeah, I've seen some Rolex day dates and stuff that were with eye diamonds, and they're
the stones are they're cloudy. They're what I like to call snow leopard diamonds. They've got visible inclusions. It's terrible. Yeah. Realistically, what I suggest is that if a client's going to buy from us, essentially we establish a budget and we say, hey, these are realistically what is in your range. And if they have the funds to do it, the way to make sure that if you are going to put diamonds on your watch, we only do it the right way. We're only going to use the top quality. We're not going to cut corners. If you're buying a Patek Philippe, we're not going to set SI stones on it. You spent $100 plus on the watch. We're going to do VS clarity or above, and we're going to do in the probably FE color range, in the colorless range.
Yeah.
It's it would be like buying a Ferrari and putting hubcaps on it. You would never do that.
Yeah. There's some crazy people out there, but yeah.
That's kind of my answer on that. I think that it depends on the person. I think a starter watch that's great, and some people will disagree with this. I really like the Monaco. I think it's a nice watch for someone who's, I'd say, from 18 to 40. It works. It's a nice piece. I think after that, you might want to upgrade and do something that's gold, but you buy pieces to fit your lifestyle, not for others, not for different reasons. So that's what I think there.
Yeah, I get that. That's dope. Okay. That was a good answer to that. We covered a lot of stuff in that one. That was good. Okay. So, we kind of covered it, but, what are the benefits of upgrading your diamonds from, VS to VVS? Is there a better, return rate on that, There's not a lot of visual differences, really.
It's the average consumer off the street isn't going to be able to tell you the difference from VS to VVS.
Yeah.
Most of the time, if you lined up a 1-carat SI that was really good SI, a VS clarity and VVS clarity, that client is not going to be able to tell you. The benefit is clearly, if you can afford to do the best, you should. Yeah. Realistically, the upgrade cost from SI to VS isn't that much more money.
Okay, yeah.
If it's a huge piece, yes, it could be a lot of money.
Yeah.
But if it's, let's say it's just one stone it's not going to be monumental. If we're talking large stones, 5 carats, 3 carats, yeah, it's going to be a big difference.
Yeah.
But realistically, it's just like, investing in anything. Like, let's say you're going to pay and you're going to go to school. You're going to make sure that you put your best foot forward and you tackle it the best way possible, and you make the best out of the situation, or you strive for the best.
Yeah.
Let's say I had a client who came by today who has a Breitling chronomet, a yellow gold Breitling chronomet. He said, like the watch, it's really classy, but it doesn't have enough fire for me. I wanted to have some I want to have some heat behind it.
Yeah.
I said, okay, cool. What do you want to do? He goes, I was thinking like a channel set diamond bezel. And I said, all right, cool. This client happens to have the funds that we're doing a true VS. He had an older Breitling that had SI stones on it, maybe SI2. He had bought in the South. It hit a little bit, had some shine to it because it had a lot of diamonds on it, but it was kind of a dull shine.
Yeah.
Hey, we're going to do this. We did an 8-carat diamond bezel, true VS clarity. It's a great piece. Those stones hold their value because it's good quality. The goods are good, essentially. The goods are good. The other thing that's important, too, is to get good color. You can have a VS stone that's got shit color, and that's not great.
I've heard some jewelers be like, oh, man, it doesn't matter if I put, like, SI stones or VS stones. If they have good color, they're still going to, like, hit just as well and stuff.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
They do
it's
that.
A trick. I mean, the thing that happens in the industry is there's a lot of undergrading or overgrading. Some say, oh, they're VVS. 99% of the jewelry you see out there, if they say it's VVS, that's bullshit. That's not.
Yeah, a lot of people say that. They shove the watch right in your face. It's like...
Yeah, I had a client earlier today who was like, can you give me a quote? Or he wanted me to look at a watch that he had to see if I would take it as a trade. And, the watch had maybe SI1. Like average SI1, bad color.
Yeah.
Not great. And then I showed him something that had what was real VVS, and he goes, holy shit, that's like wicked different. I go, yeah, of course it's different. I said, they told you these stones were these, and I said, we don't do that. If you buy from us, and we say VS stones, they're not going to be SI stones. You're going to get what you pay. But realistically, just the simple answer is that from SI to VS, the real monetary difference as far as the upgrade, in the first place, isn't going to be that much of a difference. If you're going to someone who's a good jeweler, who's actually being honest and isn't trying to rake you over the coals.
Yeah.
Realistically, the average person who's buying jewelry doesn't need to have VVS clarity. That's kind of something popularized in music, kind of, I'd say, rap culture that have the VVSs.
Yeah.
Most people can't even afford SIs.
Yeah. So
the thing is that it's not really an option. Clearly, the monetary and investment value is much greater. On the flip, let's say you need to sell the watch, the clarity and color of the diamonds is top notch. So you're going to be able to retain the value there.
Yeah.
It's just like I'd say, maintenance for a car. If you want the car to do well, you have to give it. If it takes supreme gas, you shouldn't be giving it regular.
Yeah.
You shouldn't pour, vegetable oil in the gas tank.
Yeah.
And the thing is that if you have the money to buy a gold Rolex or to buy a high-end timepiece, and you talk about diamonds, you being a educated consumer should ask and say, hey, what are the clarity of the stones? What's the color? Yeah. And if the jeweler can't tell you, run. Run.
Yeah.
Run. That's my answer on that.
That's dope. Okay, we're having some good answers here. All right, hold on. Let me stop this recording and see if it's saved. Just make sure it saves first. We've been recording for a bit. I want to make sure this is good. Oh boy. Come on. Come on. This is taking a while to, gosh darn it, because I just hit record screen here. Let's see. Oh boy. Oh. Alright, this is either taking a while to load and get in the camera roll, or... Jeez. Well, we'll have to see how this goes. Oh shit. Because I got it all on. Okay, there we go. Now it says it's saved. Ah, it actually did save. Heck yeah.
Nice.
Okay. And we're clicking record again. Okay. Round 2. There it is. Okay.
Yeah.
Dope. Alright, so kind of like the diamond one,